Okay, and welcome back. We're here covering the Myth World Cup 2012, the NewMutator commenting, and we're in the second game between Deer and the Name Changers, aka Adren's team, as they're shaping up to be. Once again, it's the same teams, same captains. Name Changers are going to be up in the northwest, and in the southeast we have the Deer team in the green. So it's going to be interesting. Only 4 players apiece. Once again, Adrenaline. We have Zach, Sam, and Shyster. And for the Deer team, Vantobia, Sasper, and Scratch and Bronson filling in for the Deer order mates. So we're gonna see exactly how this plays out here on this map, Barbarian Valley. Now once again, it is last man on the hill, so both teams are probably gonna rush in and just kind of array themselves along here, along these ridges, and just kind of duke it out. And I imagine one team is just gonna leave themselves completely vulnerable, and the other team's just gonna decimate them. I imagine something like that is probably going to happen for this game. Well, it looks like they started the game without one of their teammates able to make it. They're waiting outside in the lobby, I imagine. So perhaps we'll see some more players in the next game in the match. Let's take a look at some of the strategy, the unit picks for these teams. A lot of archers and 4 whites for the Name Changers. And they're going to be using that as pus. No thrall. And 4 dwarves, looks like. Which makes sense because there's 4 players on their team. And here for Deer we have kind of a mix of warriors and thrall. Not nearly as many archers, but still a good amount of archers for Deer. And it looks like they're opting for 5 whites worth of pus. And it looks, no, they have 4 dwarves as well.
Game on.
So kind of they're kind of mixing it up, Deer is, but I'm just not sure if they're going to be able to out micro the. And there we see Sam throwing that cleaver at that white. Not really able to do a whole lot of damage. I think he knew that though. Just impatient to pick that pus up and run it at the enemy here. So it looks like Scratch and Bronson in kind of taking charge for the Deer team, which is somewhat ironic because neither of those players are actually on the Deer team. They're just substitutes for this match. Rushing into the flag. Wouldn't it be interesting if the Deer team, none of their players showed up except for substitutes? That would be very interesting to see. A team comprised entirely of substitute players. Okay, and finally we have the Name Changers, or Adrenaline's team, kind of marching up to where the flag is at. Sam kind of going for the tag there. Sasper trying to post up on this small ridge. Not really a great place, but I think he's just kind of scouting the line for his team to see what's happening, but he quickly retreats and moves his archers in.
Flag captured.
Looks like we have some arrows exchanged between Bronson and Zach. Sam just kind of on a very advantageous spot there, but kind of got caught up in his taunting there and took a couple of arrows. Bernhard should have been more alert there. Very nice dodge there for Sasper. Let's see if he can keep that up, keep up those moves. And Adrenaline is trying to flank here, trying to come at an angle, but Bronson sees it and Scratch backs him up. They're gonna try to repel Adrenaline, send him back, but let's see if they're overextending. Zach able to get a fairly well-placed puss on the archers of Bronson, but nobody, doesn't look like it does too much damage. Bronson able to recuperate, but Zach just laying down those arrows and threatening with another Puskal. So we'll see how this plays out, because Adrenaline hasn't gone away. He's still there looking for an opportunity. And that Puss duds, so we'll see. Scratch stands on it to prevent a goal, an enemy goal, from picking it up. Very interesting formation here for Vantobia. Percentages are about even at 83% here, so it's still anybody's game. Looks like Sasper's being chased around. I'm not sure why he's not retreating into that Thrall force. He's going back to that dwarf, but he's still very vulnerable to this Puss. And he's going to be, his archers are going to be mopped up by the advancing archers of Shyster. Actually, Shyster's targeting the dwarf. Because he can. He doesn't have to worry too much about these archers, since they're already wounded so much.
5 minutes remaining.
And he's threatening to move in with his warriors. Oh, I'm sorry. You just had this warrior here. Okay, some other stuff is happening. I heard a dwarf. We have some more archers. Bronson just kind of walks away into those arrows. He's kind of at a disadvantage in this fight. Adrenaline is quite competent with archers, so not really much Bronson can hope to do except delay Adrenaline. And Zach cleaning up a few units of his own and moving in with his dwarf. Very nice push shot by Sam, just freezing everything long enough for Zach's dwarf to bomb it. Very nice. Well played. Vantobia kind of getting bombarded, but lucky for him, Shyster dudded. I don't think it's gonna matter too much because his warriors are toast. And there you have it. Well, it was pretty even at 83%, I believe, but now it's 78% to 48%. Somehow, Deer just fell apart. I don't know what they're doing. Are they even paying attention? Bronson just getting destroyed. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's so busy engaging with Adrenaline that he doesn't even see Zach's flank. and he just gets... He just not able to withstand. He's probably wondering, where are my teammates? Vantobia, really now we're gonna see what happens when everything except for your thrall is is not able to survive, and the thrall are just gonna be fodder for the dwarves of Name Changers. They're just so slow they can't even catch up to a dwarf. A dwarf can outrun a thrall, so it's just a matter of time before Deer loses this battle. Scratch sacrificing his warriors, just trying to do something. But that was kind of not a very that wasn't a very effective use of pus, but hey, it doesn't really matter too much at this point. So Sam and Zach are just gonna pad their ratios there, taking out those thrall, and Deer is going to be eliminated fairly soon. Sasper has, I believe he has the only remaining units, and he's just going to take out one or two, get a couple of kills before he himself dies. He manages to get a couple of Shyster's archers, but Shyster doesn't really care. He's like, hey, I got archers to spare. And that's it. Good game. Well, like I said, Sam and Zach padded their ratios with all those thrall kills. Not very surprising that they had a lot of damage. Vantobia, not really didn't really do very much. He probably just had negative damage from healing all those whites, and I'm not sure what else. His team, the Deer team, just played very poorly, and Name Changers just capitalized on their mistakes. You know, was able to take the opportunity to outmatch them. I'm not really sure what to say. They just demonstrated greater awareness of what was happening in game. So Name Changers are up 2 games to 0 as we head into game 3.